So what we have right here is we have 5 milliliters of the blended Catalase, the liver, and then 5 milliliters of water. This is our control. We haven't treated it with anything. We've just made sure it's the 10 milliliters. I have in here, in the graduating cylinder, 1 milliliter of the hydrogen peroxide. So we're going to see how much this goes up to, so how high it gets to. So I started at 1 and now I'm all the way at about 18. So that's how many? So I've gone from 1 to 18. And that was our control. So go ahead and write down that 18 minus 1. Okay, go ahead and pause it.
Oh, that's a smart.
Alright, so what we're going to do, again, we have my 5 milliliters of liver solution and water. We're going to dip it into the boiling hot water for about 1 minute, and then we'll take it out after the minute. Alright, so right here I have the boiled liver juice and water. We're going to pour it in again. We're right at 1, and we're going to measure how high we get after I pour it. And I don't see much bubbling happen. We're at about 10, which is right where we'd expect to be because there's 10 milliliters in here. So nothing really happened there. Right? Alright, so we're going to put our 10 milliliters of water and liver solution right into the cold water. It should be right around 0 degrees, maybe a little bit less since we added some salt. We're going to leave this here for a minute. Alright, we have the ice cold water, probably right around 0 degrees. We dip this in for 2 minutes. We are going to put it into the 1 milliliter of hydrogen peroxide and see how high our bubbles get. Okay, it looks like we got about to 17 milliliters.
Ready.
Alright, we have again about 10 milliliters of liver solution. We're going to pour into here, but first I need to add my acid. So I'm going to pour the fluid into the acid. This is my acetic acid. I'm going to let it sit for about a minute. We can stop while we let it sit. Alright, we've been letting it sit for just a little bit here. Again, this is acid and liver. We're going to pour it into the juice, the hydrogen peroxide here. See how high it gets. Ooh, no bubbling. And we get just above 10, right at 11, so exactly where we predict if there's no reaction. A tiny bit of bubbles, but again, nothing compared to what we just saw. Good. Again, liver juice. This time I have ammonia, a base, so we're going to see what happens. I'm going to put this into here, see how that affects the enzyme. We'll wait about a minute. Now I have, this has my ammonia, my base in it. I'm going to pour it into the hydrogen peroxide. Let's see what happens. Alright, to me it looks like we're right around 18. Alright?
Yes.
Alright. Liver juice into, this time we have salt water, NaCl solution. Pouring that in, I'm going to let it sit for about a minute, and then we'll pour this into our hydrogen peroxide. Here you see we're adding the acetic acid and liver juice into the hydrogen peroxide, and it rapidly bubbles all the way up to, it looks about 18.5 milliliters.